And that, my friends, is why Sagittarius is the luckiest zodiac sign. I deserve. You deserve what? So God gave you the ability to see, smell, speak, think, walk, talk, feel. What are you doing with those gifts? What have you done thus far with your life with those gifts that have benefited this world that we live in, since we know the world is full of darkness? What are you doing with those gifts to make somebody else's life better, somebody's community better, somebody's environment better? What are you doing with those gifts right now in this reality? How old are you? 30, 40, 20? God has given you a couple of decades, right? One-time experience at this wonderful ride to do something magical, because you are magic made out of stardust. In case you didn't know, that's what happened. The Big Bang Theory, I made a video about that. You can go check it out. Basically an explosion of the stars. We are fragments of the stars. And all of the minerals and vitamins there are in the stars are in us, because that's where we come from, right? What have you done with the gifts that I have already given you? I've given you a voice. How are you using your voice? What do you use your voice for? I've given you fingers. What are you typing on the internet? I've given you a brain. How do you stimulate it? How do you keep it engaged? Y'all want to be lazy, but you want God to do all the work. But you're here to work. I'm not getting it. God has no need for you. This is why we all die. You know who never dies? God doesn't. God don't die. You and me, we die. We don't know when, but yeah, eventually somebody's going to pronounce us dead. It's the inevitable, right? We knew that we were here on a ride. We knew that this was temporary when we came here. We knew this. So what did you think you were here to do? Because again, God doesn't need you. You need God. You can't even breathe on your own without oxygen. And literally Earth is the only planet where there is oxygen. You see how thoughtful God is? So my dear, before we can start to talk about manifesting the life of our dreams, we need to align with divinity. We cannot sidestep our shitty ways. That's not how that works. Because you trying to lie to God is stupid. And for those of you who don't understand the concept of God, what I'm talking about is a vibration. I'm talking about a vibration of peace. A vibration of peace that comes from living in truth. When I speak about God, that's what I'm talking about. When you're living in truth, you're living in harmony, you have peace. You have peace because you know you are light and you are darkness. When you do bad, you know you're doing bad. When you're doing good, you know you're doing good. When you're doing bad, when you recognize it's bad, you make amends because you know you're flawed. You're not delusional enough to think that you do nothing wrong. You know you do wrong. So when you fuck up, you're the first one to say, yes, God, I did it. And let me tell you all the ways I did it. And that, my friends, is why Sagittarius is the luckiest zodiac sign. I have met some that were deeply wounded and lived in beds of lies. I have met some, but by and large, most of the ones that I have met will speak truth to you. By and large, Sagittarius as a zodiac sign is brutally honest. You know why Sagittarius is that way? Is because we know God already knows. So what am I lying about? What am I lying about when God already knows? I'm not trying to impress you. You are a mere mortal. You're literally a dead person already. You just don't know your time. Okay? That's the only piece of information you are missing is when you're dying. But you know who I care about though? God. Because guess who never dies? God. Guess where I gotta go back to when I'm done here? God. Guess who I got to answer to about my mission and how I did? God. Sagittarius is the luckiest zodiac sign because Sagittarius is the most honest zodiac sign. God does not expect perfection from us, but God expects truth. You cannot apologize without recognizing your mistake. Because that's a lie. Truth is coming with a sincere heart. I fucked up. God, I fucked up. I was trying to do this, then he turned like that. I was trying to do this, then he turned like this. Or I was in a bad mood and I did the wrong thing. Or I was mad about this, so I did that. I was bitter about this and I did that. That is the real energy, the real vibration, right? Truth, peace, harmony, light, darkness, together. This is why when Libra and Sagittarius come together, they are unstoppable. Because together they have everything you need. Stop focusing on the fruits. Focus on your roots. Because when God has chosen you for a great purpose, like all of us have been chosen for a great purpose, there will be obstacles on our way. Because you don't become great without challenges. So embrace your obstacles. Don't shy away from them. Don't shy away from your shortcomings. I need y'all to know I'm human just like you. I don't make myself the authority over others' lives, and I can barely manage my own. I come on here and I share what I know, and you decide to apply it in your life. If you want to hire me as your coach, I can support you and guide you through your goals. But under no circumstances am I going to take time out of my life to go and criticize how you live in your life. If your life ain't affecting my life, let me be clear. No, because spiritually, we are each responsible for the energy that we bring to this universe. We're each responsible for how we use our gifts and how we neglect our gifts, for how we share our gifts and how we do not share our gifts. We're each responsible for the lack of gratitude we bring here. We're each responsible for the blessings we bring here. The beautiful thing is, if you decide to live in good energy and you spread that, even when people give you negativity, and me as a Sagittarius stellium, I'm used to people shitting on me. I'm used to people that I help stabbing me in the back. It's happened so many times I have lost count. This is a story of my life. Do I carry that burden with me? No. I know that's a reflection of their insecurity. They don't feel deserving of somebody like me in their lives. They don't feel deserving of somebody that is sincere, that is kind, that is genuine. And I really want to see them win. They're not used to that kind of energy. Because if you were to go deep down, somewhere in their childhood, their mommy or their daddy told them that they weren't worth anything. So this ain't even got shit to do with me. So when I come around, they think she's a threat. Let me get her before she gets me. But I had no desire to get them. I wanted them to be genuinely happy. So I just laugh and I pick up my bags of goodies and I go. And they're surprised that when I leave, all the negativity comes to them. It's because I was a protection. And I came to you. I brought all my gifts. I brought all my light with me. And I shared all those things with you because I wanted to see you win. My light was keeping the darkness away. But when you decided to take out my light, yes, now you're in darkness. Exactly where I found you. We made no progress whatsoever. I don't fault them, but I recognize it's because they don't want to do their work. They don't want to do their healing work. Because if their mommy and their daddy had told them that they were the shit, and that they were worthy of love, and they were worthy of great things, they were worthy of friends who cared about them and wanted to see them win, and that if other people are doing great, it doesn't mean that they're not doing as great. If they felt secure in themselves and they didn't feel like everybody that was powerful was a threat to them and they needed to compete, they wouldn't have had this energy with me. But along the way, they were denied love. So when they see somebody that is confident, they feel like they're in competition. They feel like they don't measure up, and the insecurities kick in. So now they got to shit on me so they can feel good about themselves. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. It mainly makes me feel sad because many of you are missing out on blessings that God wants to give you, God wants to share with you, simply because you refuse to do your healing work. And this is what it looks like when we don't want to do our healing work, is that when God gives us a blessing, we find a way to fuck it up because we don't think we are deserving. It's called self-sabotage.
You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.